Hey you witches, how you doing? For those of you who are new around here, my name is Taya, and for those of you who are returning, maybe coming in from another video, thank you so much, and please consider subscribing. It's a great way to help us build the channel. Today we are gonna chat a little bit about, well, we're gonna do an unboxing of the Modern Witches Tarot, but before we do that, I sort of want to circle back and talk a little bit about how I came into purchasing the Modern Witch Tarot. So I have a confession to make. I am a witch since I was 19. I'm 44 now, so you know, that's like what, 25 years? And my little secret, my big elephant in the room, is that I actually don't know how to read tarot. I've just was never really anything I was too connected to. I do have a tarot deck, the Renaissance Tarot. It's a gorgeous deck. I absolutely love it. Just as an example, like there's like the Two of Cups, there's the Emperor card. It's a great deck. I mean, if you want, I can do a walkthrough of you. And I have, over the years, I definitely read for myself using this deck, but I always have to look up everything. Like I have no, I don't know, I just never really picked up on the imagery and the intuitiveness of, pardon me, the intuitiveness of reading tarot. It just never, I don't know, I just never really clicked with me. And I was never really all that interested in really being able to do it fluently. Then, a while back, I was taking a course and I needed to do, needed an oracle deck. And I found this gorgeous oracle deck, which you can see, I did an unboxing of it. I think it was the second video I ever did, was an unboxing of this absolutely gorgeous oracle deck. So here's like Connection, Reclaim, Potential. Like, it's just a really cool deck. And it's a very intuitive to read. And I love the way it feels, that I don't need to pull out a book and, you know, study meanings, and like I can just do the spread, read it, and put it into context and come up with a reading for myself or whoever very quickly. Sorry, just put that down. And I love that feeling, that flow to it. And so during my studies, I need to study 4 different divination techniques. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I need to learn to read tarot. So I thought, okay, Rider-Waite-Smith is like the sort of classic standard in reading tarot. It has probably the most resources out there about how to read it, how to learn it, how to do it, etc. So I thought, okay, but I'm looking at the deck and it really didn't connect with me. And that's where Modern Witch Tarot comes in. This one here, I haven't even opened it yet, still got the plastic on it. I don't know if you can see that, the lighting's not great, but it's still got the plastic on it. Haven't even opened it yet. And I thought, ooh, I would really like to check out this deck because it's based on the Rider-Waite-Smith, so it has similar imagery. So I can still learn Rider-Waite-Smith, but I can apply it to this deck here. So I purchased Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sterle. And we're going to unbox it together. You'll get all my first reactions. And then stay with me because there's something else at the end that I want to show you that I picked up to help support this deck. So here we go. Are you ready? I'm a little nervous. Like I can't screw this up because you can only open it once. You can only take the plastic off once and I can't go back and redo the video after that. So here we go. I am opening this up for the very first time. I'm really excited about this deck. Woo! Everything's falling out already. Okay. Put that in the garbage. Okay, so this is it, and it opens. I love this already, how it opens. Like, it just comes in a single box. Like, my other deck that I read from has a big book and then cards. This is all in one size. Oh, look, yeah, everybody's always saying about the inside of the box. Isn't that pretty? All right. Let's take the little... Oh, I guess that lifts the cards out. Okay. Oh, should I look at the cards or the book? There's a little book in here. I'm going to look at the little book first. I love this. It's a little hardcover book in teal blue. How amazing. Instead of just like a little white pamphlet. I like that. It goes through the major arcana, the minor arcana, and it's just got a tiny little write-up about what each card means. No pictures or anything. It's just like a straight little and it's got some layouts in the back, some different spreads that you can do. So yeah, that's a cute little book. I really like it, and I like that it fits inside the box with the cards. That to me is huge, that I can keep it together. I like this little pulley thing to get the cards out. That's kind of fun. I'm gonna throw it away though. And then these are just take off. There's a little binding around them. These are the cards themselves. Okay. I love the weight of them. They're nice and thick like my other cards. They're kind of glossy, so they'll hold up, I think, which is nice. And they don't have a ton of border around them. I like that. So they're kind of just like straight up, there's your card. I mean, you could still, like some people trim them down, I guess you could, but it's not like it has some crazy huge border on it that needs to be made smaller. The Fool. I won't go through all the cards. I won't go through all of them. I really want to go through all of them, but I'm not going to do that on camera because there are lots of unboxings and walkthroughs of this deck if you really want to see every single card in the deck. But at the end, I love that she adds in a couple of extras. This says, you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. Yes, please. And then this is her, I think this is the 10 of Swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like literally that's how clueless in tarot I am. 10 of Swords. It says, everything is all right. And this is, you can substitute this card in for the 10 of Cards because this was the first card she ever designed for this deck. Everything is fine. And she's laying there like surfing her smartphone while she is being impaled by 10 swords. So again, I like those little extra cards, super cute. And I really like the addition. So what really attracted me to this is if you look, so here's the Fool. It's got technology in it, right? She's listening to like her MP3 player, her iPod or whatever, right? And she's about to like wander off the edge of the cliff. So it's very similar in imagery to Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's a little updated for modern times, right? Because sometimes I think the imagery in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it doesn't necessarily speak to us the way it might have in the 1800s, right? We have the Magician, and again, it's almost all the same symbology, but instead of all of her tools on the table, all of the tools on a table, they are sitting on a natural rock outcropping. So it's more nature-based. And instead of a male magician, it's female, a person of color, which I think is really cool. This is a very diverse deck. It's very feminine, but it's very diverse, which I think is a really cool part of this deck. The High Priestess, here she is sitting with, right, she's kind of wearing more of like a suit than a robe. And she's got her laptop in front of her, right, about access to information. But otherwise, a lot of the symbology stays the same as the Rider-Waite deck. Oh, the Empress card. We'll do this one and then we'll do 2 more and then we'll be done. I promise I won't go through them all. The Empress card. So there she is. Isn't she beautiful? This one is based on Beyonce. I'll tell you how I know all this in a little bit, but this is based on actually very much Beyonce and her Grammys outfit and her Lemonade album. Pretty cool. And we have the Emperor, which I think is cool. It's kind of androgynous, right? It's the Emperor's masculine, and it definitely embodies a masculine energy. But the point of the cards, all of the cards in any tarot deck, is that they're not meant to be gendered. So the Emperor can represent a woman who embodies the energies of the card, right? So it isn't necessarily a man, it can be a woman. And I think she's really tried hard to make this sort of androgynous, and, you know, some of them are men, some of them are women, and some of them are in between. Oh, and the Hierophant, I have to show you the Hierophant because I absolutely love this card. I think that's pretty cool. One of the things they were talking about in what I'll show you right away is how she's taken her off the dais. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Hierophant sits above the students on a platform. And here she's brought her down and made her barefoot with her feet on the ground, sort of bringing her to the same level as her students. It's about equality and, you know, mentoring and inspiring. It's not about being above other people. So anyways, that's really cool. But where am I getting some of this information from? Because I'm sure you're all just like, how do you know this if you just unboxed it? I also picked up, it's a coloring book, Modern Witch Tarot Coloring Book, also by Lisa Sterle. And the reason I picked this up is it actually has, at least for the major arcana, it has some additional information about the cards. So it goes through the symbols of the card, what it means, and then some of them have a little tarot tip, and then you can actually color in the card if you want. So this is part of the second part of my unboxing. I mean, obviously I've already unboxed it, but it's Modern Witch Tarot Coloring Book, and she goes through all of the major arcana. So it goes through there, the Fool, and then on the next pages, there's like a mandala you can color that is actually made up out of the card itself, and then reflections. So for each card, there's a series of reflections. So if you want, you can go through and sort of learn the major arcana that way. And for the minor arcana, I'm just flipping ahead, it just does the individual cards. It doesn't have a write-up about each individual card, although there is a write-up in the book. But what it does do is it gives you an introduction to the minor arcana. So it talks about, like, aces mean newness, 2 means duality, 3 means growth, 4 means stability, 5 means conflict. I mean, literally, I'm that basic. I need to know that. And then the court cards. What does each of those 4 court cards, the page, knight, queen, or king, represent? And then it gives you an introduction to each of the 4 suits and a little bit about them and a reflection that you can fill out and a tarot tip. And then the rest is all coloring. I think it's absolutely gorgeous artwork. I think this deck just resonates with me a lot more than the original Rider-Waite-Smith, but it keeps the sort of iconography of the Rider-Waite-Smith, so you can learn the Rider-Waite-Smith system and apply it to these cards. So I'm really excited to do that. That'll be part of for my schoolwork. One of my divination techniques will be tarot that I'm going to learn, and I want to learn to like intuitively read it, not just have to look up every single meaning every single time. So yeah, that's kind of my new endeavor, my new project, and thank you so much for sitting with me while I unbox these beautiful cards and a super cool coloring book. What do you like to read for cards? What do you, are you an intuitive reader? Do you need to look up all the meanings? There's nothing wrong with that. I just would like to get a little bit more fluent with it after having done it with my Oracle deck. Right? I'm like, oh, this actually feels really good to be able to just sit down and read and not have to spend my time looking stuff up. So I'm wanting to learn to do that with the tarot. Yeah, so share with me about your tarot journey. Where are you? I think a lot of people are maybe a little farther ahead than I am, but I'm catching up, ladies. I'm catching up, my witches. Here I come. I guess not just ladies, there can be gentlemen too. So yeah, share us in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. And otherwise, I will catch you again in the next video. Thanks so much. Mwah. See you soon.